What's up, my people? It's time for the Afro House Afro Tech list. 10 best releases of 2022 albums, EPs. There are so many resources out there. You've got the DJ pools, the track source, the beat ports. You got things like SoundClouds, where of course you can listen to mixes. And with mixes, those things to me confirm what the best music of the year is. When you listen to a mix, right? When you listen to an Afro House mix, a Cairo track is more likely than not going to feature in that mix. So that tells you Cairo had a very good year, right? Two Zulu Men in Ibiza, that's another EP that completely smashed everything this year. Those two guys, Napa and DJ Melon, completely killed it this year. And yeah, those things confirm what the best music is, and those things, those resources help you come up with a list. Again, you do have to apply your own personal knowledge, your own personal feel and taste to this list, but it was quite easy for me to come up with this list. The 10 best releases of 2022 Afro House and Afro Tech. This year I listened to more Afro Tech than any year previously combined. There were so many releases. You can easily make a top 50 list, but I'm keeping it to 10. I'm keeping it to 10 because, again, we are after that 1%. We are after that best of the best, creme de la creme music. At number 10, Shredder SA, Star of Sigui, released on Aluku Records. 2 tracks in here, exquisite tracks. And another producer that I think makes music production look effortless, look easy, enjoyable, smooth, pleasant. Shredder SA is at number 10 with Star of Sigui. Number 9, another EP. This one was released on Stay True Sounds towards the second half of the year. Atmos Black, Dear Old Man. That track alone can make this list for me. That track in itself can make this list. That is a DJ, that is a producer that I'm expecting a lot in 2023. He's got a big track coming out next year, a massive track, a remix of a very popular track that I'm not going to tell you the name of, but that track that he's got coming out next year, yeah, that's going to get a lot of downloads. Trust me. Dear Old Man, Atmos Black is at number 9. Number 8, DJ Kabila, A New Dawn. Yeah, an album that had a lot of influence. Single Sukkah was one of the best tracks of the year. And DJ Kabila was a big year for him this year. This album gives you different things, right? It's not your typical kind of one-dimensional Afro House sound. It gives you different things and it provides energy. It provides vibes. A New Dawn, DJ Kabila. At number 7, I do have DJ BK. This is my type of sound. This right here, I listen to these tracks at least once a month. I listen to this EP, it's 2 tracks, but I listen to it at least once a month because it just puts me in that mood, in that mindset. It's so vibey and so deep and Afro-techy. Such a good EP, and Mo Black, another great release on that record label. Okay, number 6, another Mo Black release, Mojo and Aroda's Healing EP. And again, going back to what I said earlier about what are the tracks that feature in DJ mixes? What are the tracks that people play out, DJ sets, live gigs? These 2 tracks in here, it's an automatic cue button on these 2 tracks. DJs have these tracks already in DJ mixes. And yeah, these are 2 DJs that are helping, right, take the sound from the underground to the mainstream, to those kind of big crowds and festivals and gigs and big nightclubs. These 2 guys, these 2 DJs are doing that. So they're definitely getting rewarded for doing that. Shout out to them. Numero 5, number 5. This one came out early in the year and it's a compilation. Aluku Records compilation number 3. No skips. No skips. None. 0 skips in this compilation. Very soulful, cinematic, and soulful and cinematic is usually that Aluku sound, but these tracks really hit, man. And the fact that he's compiled such a great sound. To do that consistently, it's really, really impressive, man. That compilation is at number 5. Number 4, Murder, Asante. Hits. Hits in this one. There's not much to say here. There's not much to say at number 4, because I think if you follow Murder, if you follow his journey, if you follow his music, obviously starting with Black Motion, now doing his own thing and doing it well, man, doing it well. The transition from a DJ duo in Black Motion to now a solo artist and what he's doing, I commend it. I commend it. I respect it. I support it. And when you're releasing these type of tracks that sound this good, well done, man. The delivery, the rollout, the marketing, ultimately the music, A1. Now we get into that top tier, that podium, those untouchables, those top names. To me, these people here had the best 2022 you could possibly have. At number 3, Bun Xapa, Gas, Gas, Gas. It's actually quite funny, right? Gas, 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 3, and he's number 3. Over the last 3 months, it's never happened where I've gone 2 or 3 days without hearing Amsterdam. Hasn't happened. But the entire EP, Bun Xapa, man. Bun Xapa, 2023. This guy is going like this. I'm telling you, when you hear Bun Xapa, you cannot be sitting down. When you hear Bun Xapa, it's going off. It's going off. It's a party. It's a very consistent sound. It's a very staple sound, right? But DJs love it, man. DJs love it, right? I feel like Bun Xapa is an automatic pick when you're like, okay, let's take it up. Let's take it up a notch now. Let's see who can dance. Let's see who is about that life. Bun Xapa, man. He is at number 3. Okay, number 2 and number 1. You guys tell me. Like, I'm going to tell you my number 2 and number 1, but I wouldn't be mad if these two kind of traded places and you can switch them up. But number 2 and number 1, you know who's there. I literally introduced this video mentioning these 2 projects. At number 2, I put 2 Zulu Men, DJ Merlon, Ino Napa. Number 1, Cairo Pyramids. I gave the slight nod to Pyramids at number 1, Cairo, just because it's a full album. And it was released at the beginning, towards the beginning of the year. So we've had the full year to enjoy it, right? But of course, 2 Zulu Men in Ibiza, we can also say that about that track, not the entire EP, but that track. It was released to a selective few exclusive group. I think the first time I heard that track might have been last year, man. Either last year or the beginning of this year, the first time I heard that track. And then people started playing it here and there. And I'm like, why do I not have this track? Like, am I the only one that doesn't have this track? The build up, the anticipation, the rollout, everything that they were doing around this track, I was like, I like it. I respect it. The title as well, like the title is like an iconic title for a track. And these are 2 iconic producers in DJ Merlon and Ino Napa. And then of course they released the EP about a month ago on Rise. Shout out to Hyena. And I'm sure they made a lot of money. On that track. They could have probably made, they could have probably made a lot of money had they released, but you never know, right? Because they wouldn't have had that anticipation, that build up to create this behemoth, this monster of a release. But I'm sure they made a lot of money either way, man. Yeah. Definitely killing it. They're definitely killing it with that. But Cairo. I'm not going to make a who had the best year, like a artist of the year award video. But if I were to make a video about that, Cairo is at number 1. Cairo is at number 1. Like, killer, absolute killer. This year, he is alone. He is kind of alone at the podium to me. You cannot leave your house, go to an Afro House event and not hear Cairo. Like, that's just, that's just reality. That is just the truth. He is the unofficial king of the year. I would say Cairo, DJ Merlon, Ino Napa, Mojo, Kanye Music obviously is up there. Bun Xapa had a massive year as well. Oh, Desiree. Yeah, Desiree, another one. But yeah, guys, that is my 10 best releases. 10, right? Hundreds of releases in Afro House this year. And I gave you my 10. Let me know your 10 or some picks that you would include in the comments. 2023, I think, is going to be difficult to keep it to 10. I think that's going to be impossible in 2023. I'm predicting lots of new names that we've never heard before have big years next year. My inbox is full of unreleased tracks. My inbox is full of artists who you've never heard before, trust me, that are creating great music, that is releasing, that is coming out next year. Let me know your list in the comments. Peace.